Texas's Reese Atwood blasted her team-leading 14th homer in the opener of the series yesterday. Jolie Mitchell's three-run homer set the tone early for the #1 team.
Hello,
in the
beautiful
nation.
people. Welcome to the SEC on ESPN for the softball game. Live from Columbia, Missouri. We're live at the Mizzou Softball Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. Home of the Missouri Tigers take on the Texas Longhorns. And welcome. So good to have you here. And we're
Game one goes to Texas yesterday. 8-0 run rule, 5 innings. Texas was getting it done with the bats and in the circle.
Well, and I think they showed why they are the #1 team in the nation. The speed, the bunts, all the things that they were able to do to create havoc on the base paths early. And then it was the big ball. Jolie Mitchell, obviously, with that 3-run shot, and Reese Atwood stamping it. Honestly, 1 run would have been enough for Tegan Cavan and her performance. In my opinion, probably the best that she has thrown all year long. Efficient with her rise ball. Only had to throw her changeup twice in yesterday's game, which went to show Missouri not making adjustments on her. Her first no-hitter of her career. Pretty impressive.
So a little history for Texas yesterday for Mizzou. Head coach Larissa Anderson, they're hoping to catch some lightning in a bottle today and beat the #1 team in the nation here in Columbia. They did it to Oklahoma just earlier this season.
And I think you have to tap into that part, remembering what that felt like when you got the opportunity to host Oklahoma and what it felt like to take them down. They were that #1 seed back then. Cool opportunity that they have again here today. And also respect the fact that you're hosting. This is your stadium. This is your crowd. And the ball is being given to Sierra Harrison, the junior. 17 games started this season, 81 innings pitched, and opportunity to go up against a tough offense here with Texas, but mid-60s. She likes to work that arm side. She will go in hard on those righties, but has that good curveball, can go upstairs with the rise, will also mix in the fastball.
starting lineups, Mia Scott, and she had 223 runs in the new program record. Wow. And we are underway. Here we go. Now, the team we're rooting for today's game is it's going to be Texas Longhorns. And look, our record. Our record is very clean. It's 35-3, inning 2. And for Missouri Tigers, my favorite team, they only have 20-19, 2-8.
Texas got out of the gate quickly yesterday with 4
We on SEC on ESPN. And we on ESPN2 for this today's matchup.
You know that they have speed up top with Maloney and Caden Henry. They dropped that bunt, made a lot of action happen yesterday. So the corners have to be ready and have that mentality that they're going to try to create some action early.
Right.
Drop that bunt.
An hour and a half.
To set the tone really with Mia
I
Scott,
think an
Reese Atwood,
hour
and Jolie Mitchell.
or something. Well, 2 on ESPN for something.
Balls 2 strikes on Maloney leading off the game from Columbia, Missouri.
Foul ball again.
Sierra Harrison coming off a midweek start, non-conference against Missouri State. Pitched well, 5 innings, 1 hit, no strikeouts, tied for second most case she's had in a game this season. Guided it right over the head of the drawn-in third baseman, Kara Daly. And with the speed, Maloney standing in second with a game leadoff double.
Wow. So our team is new to the SEC, the Southeastern Conference. Just a few decades ago, we used to be in the B12 from 1996 to 2023, but until we got into 2024, was our last and final time to be in the Big 12 Conference, like we used to in the Big 12. And until then, it's sort of like a farewell.
You can't say yesterday that Marissa McCann, who started for Missouri, wasn't able to get ahead of the Texas hitters. She found herself in a lot of 0-2, 1-2 counts, but it was trying to find a pitch that she was able to get them out on, and you saw that leadoff by Ashton Maloney battling 5 pitches and finding a way to just get something going, and I think that's at times what makes their offense so tough. They don't freak out when they fall behind. They continue to find a way to keep fighting and get stuff going. And solid lead off by Maloney and passing it to the speedy Caden Henry.
Henry takes up stairs. The top of the order, very good for Texas yesterday. The 1 through 5 hitters win a combined 8 for 14 with 6 RBIs, knocking in 6 of their 8 runs. At the 9 spot, you had Katie Bennett. She was 3 for 3, so she had 3 of those 4 hits for the 6 through 9 hitters. One pitch to Henry. Wants a foul, full count. Season 7 for head coach Mike White, whose team is the #1 team in the nation. They've been ranked as low as #2, back to #1. So they've been one of the favorites nationally all season.
Well, and for good reason. I think when you look at Texas as a whole and the returners that they were able to return from last year and making it to the Champ Series against Oklahoma and the games and wins that they've been able to have this year. Yeah, they've lost some games. It's really tough to go undefeated in a college season, as we know, but pitching, they're dialed in the circle offensively, lead the nation in multiple categories.
A twist back, giving it a look. It's into the seats. No chance for Crenshaw there, just a throw or two back. Folks are bundled up once again. Fortunately, it's not raining. If you didn't check the game yesterday, they were supposed to play at 1 o'clock. That got postponed. We played at 5. The rain finally stopped. Still a little chilly, still a little windy. Not exactly a pleasant Sunday.
A little chilly? 44 is quite chilly, I'd say.
We lost a degree. It's 43, and the wind chill's definitely in the 30s. And that's ball 4 inside. So leadoff double by Maloney. A walk to Henry. And it's kind of looking eerily like the start of yesterday's game. Mizzou, the first 2 were on for Texas.
Well, that last pitch by Sierra Harrison is that changeup, and that's a pitch that she hasn't really had the last couple of years, something she's worked on.
Mia Scott bunts in the air right back to Harrison. And Mizzou gets the first out of the inning. Rare mistake for Scott to bunt one in the air. Sanderson's team, that's the first out. Hosted the Supers here last year. We're falling to Duke. And this is a team looking to kind of turn things around. 20-19 overall on the season, 2-8 in SEC play. Brings up Reese Atwood. Everyday catcher is the DP today. They do have a third game, the final game of this series, coming up about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, which will be on SEC Network Plus on digital.
There's certain hitters
as a reminder,
in a lineup that you don't want to be
around 3 p.m.
with runners on.
we'll be watching the national championship game on the Burn Tarazi show.
Not want to take me deep.
Chance, will this stay in play? No, it will not. Behind the dugout, right into that gentleman's lap. Moved into second place in career home runs in Texas with her third inning homer yesterday, her 48th of her career, 14th of this season. Just 10 shy of the program record by Taylor Hoagland.
And those are the types of swings and misses. As a pitcher, you're like, let's go. You get someone like Reese Atwood swinging big like that on a pitch. It gives you that little extra confidence out there in the circle. And she's by far one of the toughest hitters in the nation. You look at her numbers, they don't lie. You look at her numbers last year, incredible. 23 home runs, 90 ribbies, having another heck of a year.
There's a 19-game on-base streak into today. 14 homers, 52 RBIs on the season. Second 50-plus RBI season. It's under that high foul ball. Daly with room near the coach's box makes the catch, and a big out from Mizzou to get that dangerous bat of Reese Atwood. It was 2 on, nobody out. It was Scott and Atwood coming up. Now it's 2 on, 2 outs.
And that's back to back. That's the pop up on the bunt by Mia Scott, and then Reese Atwood to pop out in foul territory. If you're Sierra Harrison, you know that Jolie Mitchell swung at the first pitch of her at bat yesterday, and that 3-run shot. Want to be precise with location at this point.
Like that, Central. They got away with one there.
It happens.
But you're right, Mitchell, first pitch swinging in the first inning yesterday with 2 runners on and smacked one out to center. Her 10th home run of the year. One after that pitch, she got way out in front.
Fuego. Just the heat on the outside part of the plate. And this is when you want to be smart, of course. We know it, 0-2. Sierra Harrison quit 2 strikes.
Right back up the middle and into center field. Maloney heading for the plate. Lingers throws cut off. Just when it looked like Mizzou may wiggle out of the jam, Texas does.
And we're on the board.
Mitchell has her 35th RBI, and Texas has scored in the first.
Well, 0-2 right down Main Street isn't going to cut it at this point. We have to be better, especially when you get 2 quick strikes that way. And those are the little things. We saw it a little bit yesterday with McCann when she missed. You look at the Reese Atwood home run. It was right down the heart of the plate, too. And at this point, pitching, it's different now than it ever is, just based on how much data there is out there and scouting reports on you. Location is key, and it's going to beat hitting when it matters. If you're able to locate, it comes down to the pressure cooker. Can you execute big spots in big moments? Do you know counts? And Coach Larissa Anderson was talking about Marissa McCann and Harrison, like learning the difference between being a thrower and being a pitcher. There is a clear difference, Mark, in being able to understand when I go out there, if I'm going to face an offense more than one time, I'm going to be a pitcher. I have to find a way to understand how to make those adjustments, in-game adjustments, pitch to pitch. What am I looking for? What are the tendencies? It's hard now to be a pitcher more than it ever has been.
So much out there. The analytics, the video. There are no secrets.
Too much out there.
You wouldn't have liked that back.
I'm very happy with the time that I played and no complaints.
Katie Stewart doing the catching in this game for Texas. 10 home runs of her own on the season. Two pitchers, Sierra Harrison, who's from the Kansas City area, Lee Summit, went to Lee Summit North High School. Missouri Gatorade High School Player of the Year in her time there. Now in her junior season.
And it's good to just sprinkle that in there. And Harrison at 1-2 counts throws that changeup 29.6% of the time. And you saw her throw that last pitch. It's just more so about making that an effective pitch. I think it's a little bit hard.
Jammed her up, fouled back.
And sometimes you're amped up, right? Like you're hosting the #1 team in the nation. There's action on the base pass. Heart rate may feel a little bit elevated at times, and sometimes that is why the changeup can maybe be a little bit faster or hotter out of the hand than you may like it. And when she settles in a little bit into this game, that's when you may see speed come down a little bit, not as elevated.
Stewart gets jammed and rolls it about a foot foul right at third. Well, Harrison has been successful getting it in the kitchen at Stewart there, but she's been able to foul those pitches off.
I think if Sierra Harrison could spin that curveball with conviction. We've seen her go in the inner half to Katie Stewart a couple times here. We've seen her get some big swings and misses with that curveball. She hits a good spot. I like it.
30th pitch of the first inning. And it's up and away, and it jumps to a full count. You give the runners, Henry and Mitchell, a chance once the ball leaves the hand of Harrison. You get a jump, and it's fouled back.
And at times that really can be the difference, learning being a pitcher and a thrower. Like, what is that clear difference? Well, the clear difference is not having those kind of waste pitches that at times you're not even getting a sniff from the hitter. No body movement, no nothing. It's a pitch that they want nothing to do with.
And on the ninth pitch of the at-bat, Stewart.
And it's out of here. We made our first home run of the game for Texas Longhorns.
On the season.
We had taken the lead by 4.
For Texas, another 4 spot today in the first.
Wow.
This is just an off-speed pitch, and she's not fooled whatsoever. She knows it right off the bat. It gets out of here. You can see the frustration a little bit in Harrison. Hands go up. Sometimes you feel like you throw good quality pitches. And listen, that was a battle. She battled. She saw 9 pitches in that at-bat. There was not a whole lot that was fooling Stewart. But I think at times there could have been a couple more competitive pitches by Harrison that maybe seemed a little bit too much out of the zone.
Three-run blast for Stewart gives her 60 RBIs on the season. That leads the Texas team. A 4 spot yesterday in the first, and now a 4 spot so far today for Texas. They've gotten out of the gate quickly here in Como.
And I think at times it comes down to the pitchers and the starts that you're having as well, right? We've seen both these pitchers from Missouri a little bit struggle. Not saying they can't get ahead hitters. We've seen a ton of 0-2, 1-2 counts, but it's the battle back of Texas. And just as a pitcher, finding something where you can utilize the defense. It's not that you're always going to get the big strikeouts, but what are competitive pitches that I can keep in the ballpark, that I can use my defense, trust them behind me, and not feel like I need to do it all by striking everyone out?
Strike 3 to Vanessa Quiroga, and the strikeout first for Harrison, but 7 batters come
with
to the
the
plate.
minute of first inning.
4, 3 thanks to Katie Stewart.
Katie Stewart with the big 3-run shot on the change piece. Texas up 4-0.
And we'll be right back.